It's Monday and this one is going to be a little heavy. This is Betsy soap Tobago, and 248 years ago this month in 1774 we see a slave rebellion taking place where 48 enslaved people revolt, burning and destroying the estate and allegedly unaliving a white man. So after the rebellion, it is said that they escaped on foot to the hills of Charlotteville. This is all according to Susa Craig's book, The Changing Society of Tobago. Now, the book doesn't tell us if all of them were captured, but at least 7 to 9 of them were captured and had their arms amputated by the authorities. Yep, taking a page out of the Belgian King Leopold's book, you know he had a taste for amputations, right? He cut off the hands of enslaved persons in the Congo who didn't bring him enough gold or precious minerals or whatever it is he wanted. But let's get back to Tobago. Okay, so 7 of the 9 people who were held were dragged to stakes where they were burnt alive. This is after the amputation, on some real Joan of Arc type mess. But how do we come to know about these unalivements of these enslaved people after the rebellion? Enter Neville Jeffries. Ignore the name, right? But Nini was a homie who was in the British Royal Navy, and he happened to be in Tobago in 1774 in March when this happened. However, what's unclear to me is why Nini was so close to give us all this information. Was it that he was helping the slaves, or was he part of the amputation process and the unalivement process? Well, you be the judge. So the reason we have Nini's account of what happens in Tobago is because of this dude. This is Wilberforce, and he was really pushing for abolition, right? So when the abolition of slavery bill was defeated in 1791 in the British Parliament, Wilberforce and his homies had the brilliant idea to make the testimonies of white Britons who had first-hand accounts of slavery in the Caribbean and American colonies available for sale to interested readers. So that's where we see Nini's version of events. So Nini tells us about a dude named Chub, right? He's an enslaved person. He's the 7th person to be amputated. In fact, Nini claims he was 2 or 3 yards away when Chub's arm was severed. He said Chub was so cool when he rolled up his sleeve and put his arm on that chopping block. He was like, I couldn't do that. But I'm like, why you so close, Nini? Why you so close? Like, why you all up next to Chub? He says that Chub then got up and walked over to the stakes. He was like, Ole dragging me to them stake like Ole drag them rest of people. Chub then turns to Nini and is like,